Hello, welcome to Concussions Anonymous, a weekly show where Lisa and I will be presenting on all things concussion. And we're going to be pulling from our personal experience, our experience with our various clients, our experience with providers who help people with concussions, and also bringing in specialists to help provide information on concussions and how they can help people like us. And you.
Hi, Lisa coming in from Imbalance Pilates, and we just wanted to come on. This is our first show. We had our intro show last week, just popping on to let you know we'd be coming in. So we've got our Friday show, Friday Lunch Live, and with Concussions Anonymous. So yeah, we are going to be talking about personal experience with going through what we've gone through.
You've gone through concussion. We've had people we know with concussion.
Exactly, and just furthering to be that advocate for people. So in terms of myself, just being able to bring the mindfulness and breathing and fitness aspect to things. I've been a Pilates instructor for 18 years and the owner of Imbalance Pilates, and definitely using fitness and Pilates, mindfulness exercise, balance, anything to get improving my posture, and just really using fitness as a way to de-stress and gain confidence, especially through a chronic injury or illness.
Yes.
When you're going through stuff like that, you really need to find other ways to build your confidence, build your strength, build your stress relief reserves, right? So we're really excited to be able to just further the discussion that we had on Real Talk with Sarah, where we talked about post-concussion and brain injury. So we're excited to bring this to you on Fridays on both of our business pages.
Myself, although I've had minor concussions, nothing that's been really diagnosed, I do have family members who have suffered, and the kinds of things that we went through, solving some of the problems that came from that. But more so, I started my company because of that, and looking for ways that were available, things that were available, and ways to help with that recovery and with the visual aspects. So my experience comes from all the work we're doing with our different clients and with some personal family members. Yours is because you had it happen to you, and fortunately you had your business and your experience with Pilates to help you with that aspect.
Definitely.
On my side, I had my experience with and what I've built with visual stress and helping with the visual aspects for our clients. So it's great we have experience ourselves, we've gone through it, but in doing that, we've met so many people in the industry who offer a variety of services to help all those different components, all those different post-concussion persistent symptoms. Now that's something I wanted to bring up because our show, while this one today is more of an overview of who we are and what kind of things we're going to be talking about on the show, there are a lot of topics, there are a lot of subjects. We started a list, and that list grew to be very long, and we also look for your feedback as an audience. What kinds of information would you like to see? So we'll make sure that each show has a specific topic that we can delve into. We can look at that from several different aspects, as someone who suffers, as someone who provides services, as where can you get resources on this topic. So each show will be specific. I've got a list here of some of those things because the list is long. Post-trauma headaches, that's one of the main difficulties people have post-concussion and ABI. Migraines and different pains, eye pain, neck pain, those kinds of things that are causing real discomfort. So those we will have different shows on those topics. Things like light sensitivity and pattern sensitivity and scent sensitivity, all those heightened sensitivities that come from the brain injury. Now some of these sensitivities may have been in existence before the concussion, but the concussion makes them worse. Balance problems, which with your expertise helping people gain that balance back, and in what we do, sometimes that balance comes from a perceptual problem, so visual perceptual problem. So what we'll do is we'll look at each subject and approach it from our personal perspectives, our business perspectives, and bring in information from people we know and who've learned from. You mentioned your postural programs.
Yeah, definitely. Even, I found when it comes to posture and just being aware of posture, I was so thankful to have that Pilates background because, and we had talked about this before, even with some of the vision therapy exercises that I would do, the second my head tilt was just a little bit off kilter, it completely affected my vision. So being able to know how to ground your body and be in better posture and adjust and change your visual field that way, aside from using fitness to improve your balance and proprioception, that kind of thing.
Now, diet can affect balance because it can affect the way, like if you get to feel dizzy because you're not eating properly.
Definitely.
We'll be talking
Dehydrated,
about
dizzy, yeah.
proper nutrition, proper hydration, how those things can affect your recovery. Now, you may not feel well because of other reasons, and that may make you not eat well. It becomes a vicious circle. So we'll talk about nutrition, we'll talk about exercise, we'll talk about mindfulness.
Definitely. Breathing just for stress relief.
Yeah,
right?
Stress relief.
Yeah.
I mean, my company is Visual Stress Solutions, but that's visual stress. There's physical, mental, a whole bunch of other things that trigger de-stress, trigger that stress, that difficulty in then managing all of the things that you need to do for your recovery.
Definitely. And a big part of that as well, just in life general, is mindset and learning how to
positive
use
outlook,
mindset.
negative outlook.
Definitely learning how to use intention and mindset to really set your day up right, using meditation. Again, all these things we can do daily to build our confidence and know that we're on the right path to recovery and healing, and that we're actually taking like proactive steps to just improve our health in any way that we can. It's so important.
Recently, I was speaking to a medical practitioner, and he really believes in, and he's quite high up in the hospital, he really believes in mindfulness. He finds that the people that he's working with, when he works with them with mindfulness and they start to do that, just that, it's really so much of an awareness of what's going on overall.
Definitely.
Life, physical, mental, all these things, and being aware. And that is a great first step to understanding how all these different things we're going to be talking about are important. So being mindful of how you're feeling so that we can address what those feelings are, what those discomforts are, what those difficulties are.
Definitely.
Because knowing them individually will help address them individually rather than a whole mass of difficulty.
And that's how you pace. Like, that's how you get to know your body and know how and when you need to pace, right? We're always taught about how to pace and how to, plan things out. And if you have to be on the computer one day for this amount of time, how can you? But that all comes down to being mindful and being in the moment to know how your body is feeling and how it's reacting to certain, right? You would know with screen time and patterns and all of that, right? Your clients need to be aware of,
the importance of planning, the importance of understanding your routine. Now, you were just saying that to me now. Right now, we're looking out the window here, and it is snowing, and it's beautiful, but it's also very risky to be out there, especially if you've had a concussion. You don't want to get one either. But the thing of planning ahead, to be here on time for noon, and to avoid slipping and falling before we get here, and your schedule was a bit upside down.
Knowing your limits, like being really honest with when you do have to readjust things, or when the time is going to take a bit longer because of our Canadian winter weather. Definitely you have to be able to adjust, and that's a different level of cognition when you've had a brain injury. It's not the same. You don't have the same speed of thinking. You need to be conscious more and actually sit things that may have been automatic, thinking of, that's easy, I can plan that out, I'll just follow the steps. Or rerouting yourself.
The thinking required can be really tiring and really difficult to even get to that appointment on time or schedule. I know people who have, like yourself, going through all the different therapies, scheduling all these. So that's another topic, is there are tools out there that can help you to schedule. There are special techniques that can be used to deal with that. Now you have to manage your life a little differently. So lots of topics to talk about. If you have ideas and you'd like to hear us talk about something specifically, please contact us And we'll have all the information at the end of the show about where, and on our Facebook pages, how to get a hold of us and where to send you.
And we're always looking for guests. So as we mentioned before, if you have personal stories that you want to share, if you've changed your life path or your career path because of a brain injury, post-concussion, and something like that, we'd love to hear stories about that. Different things that have worked for you. You know, as we know, no two brains are the same, and that's why just to expose people to as many different tools.
Yeah, what might work for one person may not work for another, but that doesn't mean that opportunity or that type of therapy doesn't work. It just means that maybe it wasn't specifically right for you. So we hope to help by outlining what are the key symptoms or the key items to look out for to know that, hey, that might mean I need to go in this direction or that direction.
Definitely.
I think we need to just talk a little bit about why we called it Concussions Anonymous. What do you think?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, now you started this really because when you were on the show with Sarah Talks, you said that you sometimes felt like people didn't understand that I actually had an injury. I had a condition, the concussion, that meant I wasn't the same as I was before. So it's almost unknown. You need to have a bracelet that says I had a concussion so that people can go, oh, okay, I need to understand that this individual might need more time, might need me to not be so busy or loud or demanding.
Or lights, or all the variety of lights or this or that, and just that whole, we did mention on the show about the whole invisible illness, right?
Exactly.
And how whether it can be, I mean, so many different injuries and conditions can fall under that invisible illness. But just ultimately being able to share more kindness and compassion towards your friends, neighbors, family members, anyone going through just life, right? We never know what other people are experiencing. So just being extra advocate, pooling our resources for more tools and tips for people to see what works for them, because there are ways to feel better. And you just have to
I'm sure both of us have heard people who have come and received assistance from certain areas. Oh, I thought I did everything. Or they'll tell us, I've already tried everything. Well, we hope to provide you with additional ideas so that you can try some more things that'll maybe get you on
And
the
what
path.
I've noticed for myself through my injury, I mean, things change and things can be getting better and then they slow down. So what you may have tried a year ago
might not have worked then because of all the other issues going on. Now that you've narrowed it down and you've used your mindfulness to identify what are the key things that are problems, now we can address those independently and
definitely.
But everything works together. It's really like a big puzzle, and there are different pieces, and sometimes you have to put one piece in before the other and get to that recovery, which is what we're hoping for everybody.
Definitely, yeah. And you can always get more information from both of our websites. So I am at inbalancepilates.ca, and if you go to my website, you can just pop in your name and email list, and I'll send you out. I've got a nice some information on just some breathing exercises and things to kind of feel better in the moment, to use those Pilates principles right away, because there's easy tricks to just get you breathing deeper and sitting up taller.
Yes, and doing that.
And all of that. And for yourself, Karen?
Yeah, so my website is Opticalm, opticalm.ca, and our website has a lot of information on the visual triggers, visual sensitivities, things like light sensitivity and filters, and how you can look at your visual environment and what kinds of things you might be able to do to fix that environment, make changes to that environment. So opticalm.ca is our website. I'm at Opticalm on Facebook, and we will have the Concussions Anonymous YouTube page where we'll be putting all of our videos up and categorizing them with keywords so that you can do searches on the different things that we talk about, so that you can use that as a resource.
So subscribe to
please
that channel.
To that channel.
Yeah, so you can catch it either on our business pages here or right directly on YouTube at Concussions Anonymous. Can find us there.
This is fun. I like having this opportunity. I mean, we have so much to say. We did that show, and we each had half an hour, and we're like, there's so much more I wanted to say while I was on and help. So we're glad we had that opportunity, and a lot of people found that helpful. So we've moved that here, and we hope to continue with all these resources and things that we can do to help with concussions.
Exactly. So Fridays over the lunch hour, we will try our best to be as close to noon, but being entrepreneurs, business owners, and
living in Ottawa with ice and snow.
With ice and snow, we are doing our best.
Yeah.
And
So thank you for watching. We really look forward to seeing you again, and please share so that more people can learn from what we have to say.
Exactly. And if you're catching this on the replay, definitely you can pop in the comments that you're watching on the replay. Say hi, let us know you are popping into the show, because we appreciate it so much.
So I think that's about it for today.
Yeah, that's it for today.
We've got the next 4 weeks sort of planned out, and we'll get those going as the days progress. And we'll see you again. Thank you for watching Concussions Anonymous on Friday Lunch Live.
Thanks so much.
Karen and Lisa.
Awesome.
Okay,
Thanks.
bye.
Bye.